Young Edwin Drood was the character of the different gods. He was simply shocking.
My stepfather was a brute, and I've had from my earliest remembrances this is the authentic but very hatred, which is making secrets and revenge for.
I say.
However, your kindness and goodwill have given me. I plan to shake my ill-tempered ways and break the ground for myself.
See, there's the lad. Listen for it, Mr. Jasper.
Your pupil, Mr. Jasper. She sings beautifully.
Thank you.
And may I inquire if your relationship extends beyond our pupil and master?
Oh, heavens. Miss Bud's betrothed to young Edwin Drood, Mr. Jasper's.
Well, I should like to meet this Drood and see what sort of man is worthy of the affections of his friend.
Steady, lad, steady.
You feeling better, aren't you? Yes, very much, thank you. These surroundings which may seem very secure to you are new and unfamiliar to me. You do not have to make as many friends as I can make. Who is Mr. Jasper? My Edwin's uncle, my music master. You know he loves you, right? Oh, don't, he frightens me. I feel I am not as safe with those looks. I can never utter a single threat of trouble. It's him as a Jasper's possession. It is of no matter. I will not pretend to say it again.
Oh, I'm sure we'll have at least one more because of this before we're finished, don't you think? But we now step from the chat, singing together in Nun's house, and travel for reasons which will soon become clear to the wickedest corner of the wickedest hole in the fabric of the city of London. Beneath the streets underneath content lies the dark kingdom of the Princess Buttercup. The meanest room in London. And as the light steals into the room, would not the parishioners of Cloister have been astounded to see Edwin Drood, the goodly choir master of the Cloister Cathedral, Mr. John Jasper.
Woman! I need more than wine quickly. My task is only half finished and your medicine is as potent than usual.
Long enough to come now.
Yes, before I can get to the great change of color and the great landscape, I must be rid of him.
Who?
Him!
God say there's no one there.
There is! So quickly, before she fades! Rosa,
What did she say? Did she say Rosa?
I can't quite recall what I said. Could you direct me to the railway station? I seem to be lost.
Who are you? What are you?
Acting good, my man! Do you not realize there's only one sight, one face to all things in nature? I myself suffer with stupidity on occasion.
What about me? Having to be your chair to make this may a sax window at the same time. It's damn confusing.
Indeed, just like our two-sided metal ends, I sometimes find. I forgot myself the days before I was often inside my mind.
I would like to say that you one day to see what's always more on
It's an original, brilliant idea, Miss Saxon. I must go and change. Good day, sir.
Goodbye, sir.
Ah, yes. We have spent many a bright and chatty afternoon here along this quiet lane, eh? My own betrothed? No, Rosa, we are not legally bound to be married.
Then let us be brother and sister from this day forth.
Never to be wed.
Never.
I am honor bound to confess that this thought does not originate from you alone.
I know, dear one. You have not been truly happy with our engagement, nor am I.
I am sorry, Rosa.
As am I.
If only our marriage had not been assured since birth, then perhaps we would know how we truly feel about each other.
Oh, yes, dear. I know. If we were perfect strangers, how perfect life could be. I'd know if I adored you, you'd know if you loved me. Too much we've seen together to judge the few. Too much we've been together, and I assumed the future, and I presumed that you were not only lovers. How'd we know it? How'd we feel it? How'd we show it? Brother,
Sister,
I pray you will take this clasp left to me by my mother as a vow of our eternal friendship. God bless you.
God bless you, dear.
How do I feel about you? I care too near to touch you, my dearest Ned. How much you mean to me. How much you mean to me.
If we were perfect strangers, I might have loved you perfectly. Oh, this becomes a terrible blow to my uncle. Why? Whatever is the matter?
Can't we keep this from Mr. Jasper? Only for a little while.
Oh, but of course you're right. Why give him such sad news on Christmas Eve? But now we must be off. There's a storm brewing, and I feel we may be late.
But the storm for Christmas Eve.
Yes, it was like this the night that Rosa's mother died.
Neville tells me you were once engaged to Rosa's mother?
Yes, once. But then, at a seaside party celebrating her second anniversary, just months after Rosa's birth, she was last seen walking along the cliffsides where she supposedly slipped and fell into the crashing waves below. But enough about that. Let's follow in Mr. Jasper's lead and have a nice Christmas Eve.
Hello all. Sorry we're late, but we thought the storm.
Rosa, how wonderful to see you again. May I take your things?
Uncle, I had no idea you were taking on domestic stuff.
Mr. Landis will take you seriously, Ned.
No fear of that.
Now, lads, Rosa, you've no idea what it means to have you in my chambers.
And Rosa, how in the season of holly, you remind me of the flowering hibiscus.
My God, Landless, perhaps you should accompany us to Cairo. I'm sure Rosa and I could use someone to carry out bags.
You go too far,
Gentlemen! This is Christmas Eve and I will tolerate there's no blood between you! Now,
waistcoats more can soon be torn, and we like you should bleed your blood so blue.
Something in his speech seems ominous to me. Kingdom will reach, pray promises to me.
Praise to him divine, for this we should be glad.
Won't you try some wine?
No, take it down from bad.
My dearest, deepest friends, may I propose a toast to Rose of Blood and Edwin Drood 3 cheers.
Here's the rose.
How very blessed are we, when oh so many stop, thy kingdom come, thy will be done.
Which one of you will come?
Glances come like Betty, but with daggers from my glory to there at you, never soon to stare at you. Might make my wife and share my life. I see you get before some throws away.
Fate waits near, I feel it, I feel it. We are friends in it, we'll not soon forget. Hearing Nero's threat, Harry ever threat.
In younger days I hungered for another, Rosa's mother. After Rosa's birth she left this earth, now dust is all I'm worth.
So long a time, they thought that I'm a trusting dog, quite naive. But I perceive these boys, this noise more frightening than they might conceive.
Glances come like Betty, but with daggers from my glory to there at you, never soon to stare at you. With these new additions, there may be revealed murderous admissions, otherwise concealed. Following you a curse, for warning you I've had.
God must say the words.
No good can come from bad, no good. No good can come from bad.
What storm for Christmas Eve! I must stroll down the river mere to see this fit of nature unchecked. Will you excuse me, Uncle?
Of course.
I will join you on your walk.
And we must retire to the nun's house. Good night, Eddie.
My dear.
Everyone,
Rosa.
be careful how you tread, Neville.
And I will escort the ladies back to the nun's house.
Will you join us?
No. I have plans I must execute. But I will let you go without a coat. Here, take my serviceable yet honorable cape coat.
Come now, Edwin, your destiny awaits you.
Well, then, goodbye, Uncle. And goodbye, all!
When shall these three meet again, if ever? It is now the next day, Christmas Day to be sure. The storm is over, but in its wake there is no trace to be found of young Edwin Drood.
Why, it's my coat. The one I gave to Ned last night, and there's blood. Where did you find this?
Under a rock by the river.
My dear boy is murdered, and I guarantee it was at Neville Landless.
You don't bring me up. Running could sparkle, what have I done?
Nothing, and I'm sure of that.
You were the last person in Edward's company, and there's nowhere to be found!
You left on the river at what time, Edwin Drood?
In all honesty, I can't remember anything that transpired once Edwin and I reached the river.
Well, then what are these bloodstains upon your shirt, Mr. Landless?
I acquired these bloodstains when your men forcibly dragged me from where I've been walking.
Neville, how many did it take to mine in this bear?
8.
Massaxia, I'm sure Neville has no further knowledge of Edwin Drood, and he has already freely volunteered.
And you should volunteer nothing further, Neville.
Well, may I remind you both that there's the issue of murder at hand.
Before you utter that word again, you lucky man, perhaps you'd be good enough to supply a body, a victim, a corpse, something more tiny than an infant nephew, and torn up under questionable circumstances.
She is right, you know. Without a body, you can't arrest Neville.
Oh, very well.
Release him. So, in case you've missed anything, here where matters now lie. Edwin Drood has vanished and may likely be
Dead! John Jasper has sworn vengeance upon his murder.
Who most people believe to be Neville Landless.
But the charges against Neville have been receded thanks to Helena Landless's steady resolve to the court of the kindly.
Reverend Chris Barker, who was once engaged to
Rosa's deceased mother.
statements to consider during this interval with one admonition. Should you all leap to conclusions without all the facts at hand, you may find yourself carried
Off to the races!
Quick conclusions often lead the best of us astray. The wisest move in life is just to wait.
Hear, hear!
Otherwise our galloping emotions run away.
Like horses at the gates. Off to the races, off to the race we go. But where the chase is and what the pace is, we seldom seem to know. And the race is won by the tardy, not the foolhardy, fools that we need. Don't lace your madcap abandon, do when you're left on none but me. So we call upon you all to hold your horses' reins before we solve this Dickens of a crime. Sometimes having patience is as good as having brains, so take your bloody time. Pour out the spirits, the end is near it, only a length or so. Don't begin to beat your tar, for the finish is the bar. To the races, to the race we go. Tally ho!
Okay, now, normally we have an intermission, but just imagine 6 months have passed. An English summer is now in progress, and all the cloister hamlets are agog with suspicion and rumor. And there is still no trace to be found of young Edwin Drood. But there are further developments.
Rosa, we've both neglected your music lessons. When shall we resume?
Never, sir.
And I politely being told you are abandoning your studies altogether.
The politeness is yours, not mine. I beg not to answer any questions. At least I have that in my power.
Rosa,
I do not wish to hear you, sir.
how charming you are, Rosa. Even when you were engaged to my own dear boy, I loved you madly. And I kept our secret loyally. Did I not?
You were as false to him, sir, daily and hourly as you are now. You know the truth that you made me blind to open his kind eyes to. The truth that you are a bad man.
How beautiful you are! How beautiful are you than you want to repose! I do not ask for your love. Just give me yourself, your hatred. It's all I ask.
You're mad!
I meant to show you how mad my love is.
Love? You dare use that word?
Yes, Rosa. Love!
Rosa? Rosa? Rosa! Oh, Rosebud, the dainty little face, whose every curl confirms that she's a child, a girl, and you want. Senses, just the sort of dreams you dream at night. Did you think those scary stories? Every fiber of my being told me since I was betrothed. Natural, supernatural sensation. What I dare not mention, you must know how much I long. To know your wants.
You know my wants.
To see your love.
I need that touch. You have my sword. Put me to rest. I only sing the name of love. La, 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 la. These skies are night. Wishing death. Between our eyes, one sight alone. We share a sight of moonfall as it grows into view. So sanctuary, soon the golden light. Roy on my love and lead into a sea. 'Tis love of
Bet you didn't expect to see me on the daylight, huh? Well, I've been looking around Queenstown these past few months after that lovely, if not slightly effeminate, Drood lad left. And now I am one step closer to cracking this case. I've never understood those in life who ease up just when they should push through. In life we start. In life we start. The same as when you're done if you lose it all. Just where you've begun if you won. Don't quit while you're ahead. Just press your blessed luck instead. Try to think what might be the best. Use the heart that beats within your breast. Never rest. Don't quit while you're ahead. Sing out, there's more in store for me.
point in our story which Charles Dickens wrote no more. And so, this is all we shall ever know of the mystery of Edwin Drood. Tonight, however, within the confines of this humble theatre, we shall together solve, resolve, and conclude the mystery
of Edwin Drood!
This brings us to a much more serious matter. We must find ourselves a killer. Who killed Edwin Drood? First candidate for the part is Mr. John Jasper. Come, ladies and gentlemen, let's do be serious. Ask yourselves, is this the case of a killer? Yes, well, more appropriately, did John Jasper indeed kill his young nephew Edwin Drood in a fearless attempt to win the heart of the fair Miss Rosa Budd?
Yes.
Well, where then the mystery? That's taking the wind out of yourselves, hasn't it, big mouths? Well, where then the mystery indeed? So how stand you? For the obvious answer, or for a more perplexing solution?
Helen Landis, did I, in trying to save my brother, bring harm to Edwin Drood? Rosa Budd, why on earth would someone as pure and innocent as me murder my own true name?
Nevertheless, in all honesty, I can't really remember anything that transpired once Edwin and I reached the river. But he was an odious little twit, and he deserved what he got!
Have I somehow misjudged my mission, Your Honor?
Time, ladies and gentlemen. It is now time to vote. And for the sake of accuracy, I ask you all to raise your hands for the candidate which you believe is the murderer. So let's bring up the house lights and we'll begin. Oh my God! No matter. Let's proceed post-haste to voting. The method and motive remain unclear. Without further ado, I present your killer. Rosa Budd!
Honestly, really? Were you so blind you could not see I killed him, yes? And it was wonderful to do, I do confess. To have it thus to do him in, to see it through. You surely know by now I meant to murder you.
issue. And I would like to take a moment, first of all, to congratulate my cast. We had a CD player malfunction. We have a very old CD player up there. It has never done that before, and we had to hook up a new CD player in the time that music was not happening. That will not happen at USF, but I love you guys so much that you just sounded that good a cappella. I could actually... Thank you guys for coming to support us. I'm eager to hear your feedback after the show. Do we think we should maybe do a round of Off to the Races with the music so they can see what that looks like? All right, let's bring it out for Off to the Races. Can we pull up track 13? Because that's the best one. So.
Quick conditions all to keep the best of us astray. The wisest movement likely just to win. Otherwise our galloping emotions on the way.
Like horses at the gates. Off to the races, off to the races, off to the race we go. And where the chase is, and what the pace is, we seldom seem to know. And the race is won by the tawny, not the warning, who's at the lead. Don't unlace your back and abandon, you and your men done not me. So we call upon you all to hold your horses' reins before we saw the stinging of crime. Sometimes having patience is as good as having brains, so take your bloody time. We're on the spirits, the end is spirits, only a length or so. Don't begin to beat your tar for the finish is a goal to the races. To the race we go. Tally ho!
Thank you all so much for coming. Let's see you guys out after the show. You guys, you can come out and